What's up, guys? As you can see, we are back out in the snow today because we are going to do another frozen battlefield pickup video. So basically the point of these videos is just to see how different guns would work if you were to do a battlefield pickup on a frozen gun, basically. So you might remember the frozen Glock video that we did a few weeks ago. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I'll try to post it at the top of the screen here. But as you would expect, it worked flawlessly. It fired every shot in the magazine. With a giant chunk of ice just frozen to the side of the frame. So pretty impressive, again, as you would expect from a Glock. But today, we do not have a Glock. We have the widely loved and highly debated Hi-Point C9. Yes, I bought a Hi-Point. Now, I'm sure most of you know all about the Hi-Points, but basically they're famous for being the cheapest pistol in the world. They also have a pretty good reputation from what I hear, and apparently these things are pretty reliable. I do not have a ton of experience with them. I will say it is a super sexy gun. You can see that is not ugly at all. But first, before we do the freeze test, we are gonna shoot a magazine through this gun just to show you guys that it does work. Then we will load another mag into it, freeze it, let a few hours pass, come back out here and see how it does. So let's, it's not a good start. The slide just stuck to the rear whenever I tried to load a round into it. So I'm gonna put my glasses on for this. It is a fairly new gun. I've made one other video on it a couple days ago that I'll put out pretty soon. We didn't have too many problems with it, but the slide definitely just stuck whenever I tried to load it. So let's see if she fires. All right, it went through all 8 rounds, no problem. You can see that it did lock the slide back and looks like it's running just fine. So unfortunately, I only have one magazine, so I'm gonna go and load this magazine and then we will come back and bury this thing in the snow. All right, I got another 8 rounds in the magazine here, and just like the Glock, we are gonna load the chamber. The slide keeps sticking open whenever I tried to load it. There we go. All right, so yeah, just like the Glock, we loaded the chamber and we're gonna bury this thing in the snow right here. And again, I brought another bottle of water out here just like last time. And just to make sure this thing is actually frozen really good, I'm gonna dump water on it. And then we will cover it in the snow. So obviously that's a little, more extreme than you would find on like a real battlefield pickup, but that's what we did with the Glock, so I want to keep it fair. And with the magic of editing, we're going to skip ahead a few hours and then we'll come back out here and see if our frozen Hi-Point will actually work. All right, we're back. It's been probably 4 or 5 hours and it's 9 degrees right now and it feels like -2 with the wind chill. So it's definitely cold enough and it's been long enough for this thing to freeze probably as much as it's going to get. So let's go ahead and try and uncover this thing. It is covered in these giant chunks of ice. I will say this one just broke right out of the ice that was covering it a lot better than the Glock did. The Glock had a bunch of this ice like stuck to the slide and frozen to it pretty good, but we do have some ice in the trigger guard and some directly in the ejection port. And you can't see it because it's covered in ice, but the ejection port is one of the main spots that worried me with this gun because there's a big gap in there. It says in the instruction manual that it's to check if your, chamber's loaded, kind of like a loaded chamber indicator, but you have to look in there to see. So there's a huge gap in the chamber of the Hi-Point, and I'm sure that there's some ice and water that got down in there when I dumped that water bottle on it. So this gun is loaded, so I'm trying to be a little careful here. I'm gonna have to get that ice out of the trigger guard, obviously, and you can see that on our safety, there's some ice stuck in there too. I didn't put the gun on safe because I figured that could be a problem. Let me see if the magazine, okay, so the magazine's actually coming out of the Hi-Point. With the Glock, it was frozen into the gun, and we couldn't get the magazine to drop free. I'm gonna put my glasses on and let's see if it fires. The trigger feels stiff. Oh, I just got ice all over my face. It's working. The trigger on this thing is so weird. Wow, it worked. All right, well, I got ice all over my glasses and all over my face, but you can see the slide locked open on our last round, and the high point actually worked pretty much flawlessly. So this gun was basically frozen solid. Like I said, it is below zero out here right now, and you can see with the ice and stuff that flung onto my face, it was pretty well frozen all the way throughout. I even dumped water into the ejection port just to make sure we got it in there, and it was pretty much in every nook and cranny, and it still functioned flawlessly. That is pretty impressive. Oh, I just got ice all over my face. It's working. The trigger on this thing is so weird. So that is gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love doing these videos. They're a lot of fun. After I did the Glock a couple weeks ago, I knew I had to come out here and do a few more of these. And when I bought this High Point the other day, this was the first thing that came to my mind, was bringing it out here and breaking it in with a frozen Battlefield pickup test. So I hope you guys liked it. I'm impressed. I honestly did not expect it to work, especially after we had the slide stick. Whenever I was trying to load the chamber, I thought that it would for sure get hung up, but the High Point worked, and that definitely impressed me. So if you guys like this video, please let me know in the comments and give it a like for me. Let me know what else you would like to see me do with the High Point. I have a bunch of ideas for videos to make with this gun, and eventually we're just gonna destroy this thing, but I do wanna make some videos in the process and see how far we can push it. So let me know if you have any ideas you would like to see, and I look forward to making some more videos with it. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.